There's a detail buried inside Xiao Zhan's filmography that almost nobody connected until this week, and once you see it, his newest ambassador title reads completely differently. Rabbit News Hallyu spends a lot of time tracking where Chinese entertainment quietly overlaps with national strategy, and this is one of the cleanest examples we've come across all year. On August 3rd, WorldSkills Shanghai 2026, working with Xinhua's new media center and Jiefeng Daily, released a theme film built entirely around one man serving as both narrator and promotional face, Xiao Zhan. The film traces the competition's history back to its first edition in Madrid in 1950 and carries it forward to Shanghai this September, organized around the line "As skills change the world, skills illuminate the future." It landed the same day organizers opened a 50-day countdown to the opening ceremony on September 22, and it followed an earlier appointment announcement back on July 15, World Youth Skills Day, when Xiao Zhan was first named promotion ambassador for the 48th WorldSkills competition. That original announcement wasn't a quiet one either. It kicked off what organizers describe as the largest promotional campaign in WorldSkills history, and the August 3rd film is effectively round 2. Here's the detail worth sitting with. Before any of that, Xiao Zhan spent real-time training to become a certified 8th grade fitter, the trade term for someone who hand files, measures, and assembles precision metal parts by feel, for a war film called Make Time for the Country, in which he plays a factory worker named Mo Dishian. That's not the kind of background a production usually bothers publicizing. Fitting is slow, exacting, unglamorous labor, exactly the category of vocational trade WorldSkills exists to celebrate. An actor spent weeks learning a blue-collar skill for a role that had nothing to do with any international competition, and less than a year later, is the global face of the event built to honor that exact trade. It isn't obviously a coincidence. It also isn't obviously a plan. But the clearest explanation for why this pairing works isn't hiding in the film history at all. It's sitting in plain sight, in how WorldSkills describes its own ambassador selection. According to the organizing committee, ambassadors for the 48th WorldSkills competition aren't chosen for technical background. They're chosen for public reach, positive image, and the ability to pull in an audience that wouldn't otherwise think twice about a vocational training event. That's a very different casting logic than hiring a working engineer or a past medalist. It means the fitter role in Xiao Zhan's resume almost certainly isn't why he got this job. His fanbase and his visibility across Chinese and international markets are. What the fitter role actually does is give the campaign's message a credible anchor. When Xiao Zhan narrates a line about skills changing the world, it lands differently coming from someone who can point to a specific role where he sat down and learned the craft with his hands, rather than someone reading copy about a trade he's never touched. It's the same logic that puts athletes in front of sportswear they'd wear anyway, or chefs in front of cookware they already use. The resume detail isn't the foundation of this campaign. It's the campaign's proof of authenticity, discovered after the fact and used well. Worth noting, Xiao Zhan isn't WorldSkills Shanghai 2026 only ambassador, and the contrast tells you something too. Alongside him, the organizing committee appointed 10 dream ambassadors, actual skilled Chinese tradespeople, names like Zhuang Qiufeng, Ku Shuichang, and Xie Huixian, presented with formal letters of appointment as role models for the master skills, change your future a message. That's a two-tier structure. The tradespeople carry the credibility inside the industry, speaking to people who already understand what a WorldSkills medal means. Xiao Zhan carries the reach outside it, to an audience that has never heard of the competition and wouldn't click on a headline about it unless a familiar face was attached. Splitting the ambassador role this way is a fairly deliberate signal about who each figure is actually meant to persuade. For Xiao Zhan personally, an appointment like this carries its own quiet calculation. He's now publicly, and on video, attached to a state-linked promotional campaign that international media are watching, at a moment when Chinese entertainment figures face constant scrutiny over anything that reads as politically adjacent. Agreeing to narrate a 50-day countdown film isn't a passive booking. It's a visible, deliberate alignment with a national event being hosted in his own country. Industry observers who track celebrity brand risk in the Chinese market would likely call this a low-risk, high-visibility placement. Vocational education carries none of the controversy that comes with overtly political messaging, but it still comes wrapped in the reach of a major state-backed campaign. It's the kind of ambassadorship that expands an actor's international profile without requiring him to take a side on anything genuinely contested. But there's a bigger detail hiding just outside the countdown clock. What happens next isn't really about Xiao Zhan at all, and the fan reaction so far reflects that split. Fan and media response has broken along fairly predictable lines. Some read the appointment as validation, proof that Xiao Zhan's influence now extends past entertainment coverage and into state-level cultural programming, a marker of how far his international profile has traveled. Others point out, fairly, that ambassador roles like this one are routine for top-tier Chinese celebrities, and that a single appointment doesn't, by itself, signal anything unusual about one artist standing relative to his peers. Both readings can be true at the same time. What's harder to argue with is the reach. Organizers reported that hashtags tied to the original July announcement pulled in hundreds of millions of views on Chinese platforms alone, which is precisely the kind of number that explains why WorldSkills keeps returning to entertainment figures, rather than officials or athletes, to front this role. It's also worth pointing out what didn't happen. There's no indication in any official material that Xiao Zhan sought this appointment out, negotiated for it, or connected his own film role to the campaign himself. The overlap between Mo Dixin and the fitter trade appears to be something organizers and media noticed afterward, not something built into the original casting or the ambassador pitch. That distinction matters if you're trying to separate genuine narrative coincidence from constructed PR. Which brings that fitter detail back around, one more time, carrying more weight than it had at the start. This was never really a story about one actor's resume lining up neatly with one campaign. It's a story about how a country exports the idea of vocational education itself, using entertainment as the delivery system rather than a ministry press release. WorldSkills Shanghai 2026 is set to be the largest edition in the competition's history, more than 1,400 competitors from over 60 countries and regions, competing across 64 skill categories, with new additions this year in fields like drone systems, rail technology, and interactive digital media design. Hosting an event at that scale is a soft power moment by design. Choosing to front it with a global entertainment figure, instead of a government official or a champion tradesperson, is a deliberate call about which audience the message is actually meant to reach, not domestic industry insiders, but an international public that follows celebrities far more closely than it follows policy briefings. This pattern isn't unique to Xiao Zhan, and it isn't unique to WorldSkills. Across Chinese entertainment, state-linked campaigns increasingly route through actors and idols instead of officials, simply because attention now moves through fandoms faster than it moves through traditional press channels. Luxury brands figured this out years ago, building entire campaigns around a single face with global reach. National cultural and educational campaigns are catching up to the same logic, and vocational education is a particularly telling test case, because it's traditionally one of the hardest sells in any country's public messaging, respected in principle, rarely glamorous in practice. None of this makes the appointment cynical, and none of it makes it purely sentimental either. Xiao Zhan trained for a role that had nothing to do with any competition. That training became convenient, credible proof for an unrelated campaign months later. An organizing committee noticed the overlap and built a 50-day countdown film around it. The interesting question was never really whether the pairing was planned from the start. It's what the pairing reveals about how skills, soft power, and celebrity visibility now move through the exact same pipeline, and how easily that movement happens in plain sight, without most of the audience ever clocking it. If you like entertainment coverage that goes past the headline, the kind built to catch the quiet signals most coverage skips entirely, that's exactly what Rabbit News Hallyu is built for. Subscribe if you want analysis, not just news.